Namaste everyone. Now let's proceed to solve certain questions based on the lecture which we had on states of water. These questions figured in the previous year Olympiads at various stages. So let's delve right into them. The first one is select the correct match. Option A, conversion of solid into gas. So we all know that when solid converts into gaseous form, it is known as a process called sublimation, not evaporation. What is evaporation? It is conversion of liquid into gaseous substance. Conversion of solid into liquid, freezing. We know that it's the other way around. Conversion of solid into liquid is known as melting, and the reverse process is known as freezing. Conversion of liquid into gas, melting. We just saw the answer. And option B, conversion of gas into liquid. That is, this procedure is known as condensation. So option D is correct. Question 2. Rama kept a glass of cold water on the table. After some time, she noticed that water droplets on the surface of glass. Where did this water come from? So if you have followed the lecture, the link to which has been provided just here, you will know that whenever a glass of water, cold water, is exposed to normal room temperature outside, so the water vapors from the surrounding air condenses on this surface of the glass, the outside surface of the glass, because the temperature of this water is lesser than the temperature of the surrounding air. Therefore, the water vapor present in this outside air condenses on the surface through a process called condensation. So the right option will be option C. It came from the air. Whenever you are solving such questions, my advice would be that you should look at all the options, whether you are practicing them or if you are in the mode of exam. Certain tricks and trivias are there, of course, but if you look at all the options, it will increase your learning and it will certainly enhance your concepts. So the next question is, the processes responsible for foggy bathroom mirror after a hot water bath and formation of dewdrops on the leaves in the morning are, of course, we all know that this is conversion of gas into liquid. So this is condensation. Now question 4. The water cycle in nature involves the following processes sequentially. So as you have learned in the previous lecture, water cycle is one of the major phenomenon of nature which drives creation of creation of glaciers, creation of clouds, formation of rivers, and so on. So this cycle is very much necessary for sustenance of nature itself or the life form itself. And the major driver of this water cycle is sun. We have known that in that cycle, first the water from oceans evaporates and then it condenses in the form of clouds, and later from clouds it precipitates and forms glaciers and rivers. Those rivers flow into the ocean and the water again evaporates. So the correct order here is evaporation, condensation, precipitation, option C. Next is question number 5. A beaker contains 2 kg of ice at 0 degrees Celsius floating in a bucket that contains 5 kg of water at 0 degrees Celsius. Which of the following is correct? So the water and the ice are at the same temperature. So no heat is going to flow from water to ice and vice versa. So no water is going to freeze into ice, or no ice is going to melt into water. In this nature, there is a the beauty of objects is that in case of electric current, we always need a potential difference for the current to flow. In case of transfer of heat, we always need a temperature difference in order to to flow. In case of waterfalls, stones, and other objects, we always need the difference in potential energy for the objects to move. So, since both are at the same temperature, heat flows from ice to water and heat flows from water to ice are wrong. No heat flows between ice and water. And of course, the ice is not going to melt because they are at the same temperature. Next, the processes responsible for foggy bathroom mirror. What is foggy bathroom mirror? That there will be condensates or water droplets formed on the mirror after a hot water bath, and formation of dewdrops on the leaves in the morning are due to which phenomenon? So here the dewdrops are formed because the water vapor present in the air condensates because of difference in temperature. This leaf surface in the morning is cooler than the surrounding air, so the water vapor condensates and gets into liquid form. So the answer is condensation. So, arrangement of particles in three different states of water is shown. Here you can see the water molecules. They are tightly packed, these are a bit loosely packed, and these are very loosely packed. So study the figures and select the correct option. State 1 is gas and can be converted into 3 by heating. State 3 is liquid and can be converted to state 1 by cooling. Here it's not annotated, so this is stage 1, this is 2, and this is 3. So if 1 is not gas, as you can see, the solid molecules are tightly packed. State 3 is liquid. Yes, it can be liquid, right? Because the molecules are loosely packed. And if we further cool it, if we withdraw the energy from these molecules, then they are going to become solid. Stage 2 is solid. Stage 2 is really loosely packed. It cannot be solid. And in order to convert it into liquid, we need to withdraw it, not apply it. Option D is stage 3 is gas and can be converted to state 1 by heating, which is not possible. So the answer is simply B. It is going to be a homework question which is clearly based on water cycle, and the link to the previous lecture is provided here so that you can go through it and solve this question. This last question, which is based on water cycle, where you have to identify that which italicized word is incorrectly mentioned. The italicized words are these. So the process of evaporation plays an important role in bringing water back on earth, which is incorrect. We know that in water cycle, the process used to bring water back on earth is precipitation. Evaporation is used to remove water from surface to clouds. Surface of earth gets hotter as we move higher from the surface. As we move higher from the surface, the air becomes cooler. That is the reason that water vapor condensates to form clouds. So this is also wrong. Air as it moves up gets cooler, which is correct. At sufficient height, the air becomes cool and water present in it condenses to become fog. As we move away from surface, the water condenses to become droplets which mix with dust to form clouds. So here the correct option is D. Fog must be changed to droplets. Thank you all for your patience. See you in the next lecture.